So we got ourselves a new project over here in the Chicken Eye Garage driveway, but it doesn't belong to me. It belongs to my boy Trey. 1971 Chevy C10. He just picked this up recently. Where'd you pick this up from, Trey?
Louisiana.
Louisiana, in the bayou. What'd you pay for this thing?
$2,200.
Not bad. It's already approved color, because yeah, I like the light blue. Now you might be wondering, where's the Chevy love? We just don't have a whole lot of room around here to be having 2, 3, 8 trucks or whatever. So what he's going to be doing is dropping this off here, because today we're going to try to do a will it run. If it runs, then we're going to see if it moves. If it moves, then we're going to see if we can get it to stop, because we need those 3 things to happen. Because in a couple of weeks, he's taking this truck to Oklahoma. Now there is a truck show called the Truck Gathering Oklahoma in Guthrie, I think, April 19 and 20.
This truck will be there if we get it running.
He says that truck will be there. You taking anything else?
Just this one.
And I'm taking the 66 Taco Gate. It'll be out there, so if you're gonna be out there, come by and say hi. So he's taking this to Oklahoma a week before that show, and the reason he's doing that, he's gonna have this thing cut down to a short bed. Now hold up, don't be mad at me, be mad at him. I ain't cutting it down. It belongs to him. He can do what he wants. I can be honest with you, if this was my truck, I'd do the exact same thing. So that's why we need it to run, drive, and stop. That way that guy can drive it in his shop, chop the 20 out of it that it needs. He does all of it. Lines, drive shaft, frame, everything. What's he charging for that?
Drive it in, drive it out, $2,200 bucks.
I wonder if he's got an Instagram or something.
He's on Facebook.
We may have to tag him below if y'all are interested. So that's what's happening. We got a gas tank right here. We got a box full of parts, but we ain't messing with none of those parts right now. We want to see if that old straight 6 is any count. We don't know if it's got any compression. He did put the pinch on it, and it did rotate, so that's good. It ain't stuck, but that don't mean it's gonna run. So yeah, Trey's in there messing around inside the cab right now. I guess what we can do is I'll go ahead and reposition the camera from the mug to the truck. We'll do a walk around, see what we're working with, and then we'll jump into it. All right, let's get to it. So what'd you find in the ashtray, Trey?
Well,
no pun intended.
so I found a sticker or a piece of paper with a service record of what this guy did to this truck. It looks like he changed the oil in it every 3,000 miles. Based on this, at 52,112 miles, he changed all the hoses. And Charles, if you want to zoom in there, it's only got 52,000 miles on it. What does it say, 52 something?
52,243.
So about 130 miles ago, he changed all the hoses.
Look at that. That looks like that's when he did it. That was 22 years ago.
Back in 2002.
I ain't very many miles before he stopped working on it, or before he stopped driving it.
We can verify he changed all the hoses because it does have new looking hoses on it.
Let's look at the under the hood and see
Still
what we got.
got the stickers on it from Napa on both of them.
She is a straight 6. What size is this, or do you know?
Said 250.
2.5.
250.
Oh, okay, here we go. Trey got a text message. Crusty, but looks pretty clean. Looks like it's all there. I don't see a lot of spaghetti for wiring. Trey's favorite part's the red heater hoses.
Oh, yeah. Definitely keeping that.
Yeah, he sent me a text message. Said the red hoses have got to go. I said, well.
One thing I'm thinking on this truck is why it was parked is because it has no brakes. And while cleaning the engine bay, I noticed the guy's got his brake juice over here. 2 bottles of brake juice.
Mm-hmm. You're probably right on that. No brakes.
So I'm hoping that this thing was parked because no brakes.
I think you're right.
One of my buddies said, why would a guy that takes care of his vehicle like this, changes the oil every 3,000 miles and does routine maintenance, let it sit for brakes?
Guess it's as good as mine. I have no idea. What do we got in here? You got a little cancer. A little bit of windage, don't you see? Got a whiskey dent there. You got some rust. That old battery always seems to eat up the fender wells and stuff when they start leaking. This bed is pretty straight on this side. Of course, keep in mind 12 comes out of here and then 8 will come out of there. Bed floor and tailgate have definitely been used in this truck. She's pretty beat. I mean, it's wavy right up in here, so must have been hauling a lot of heavy loads. He does like the tailgate, but if he finds one pretty clean and got good patina, he will probably change that one out. Bumper's not in bad shape. That's where it's from. Lacey Harris Chevrolet Corporation, Ashtown, Arkansas. This side is about the same. Of course, as we were unloading it from the trailer, he did find a little bit of a dent right here. I don't know if y'all can see that because I'm shadowing it, but I think that's going to get cut out, so I think he's good there. The bed itself on the outside is in really good shape. That old bed wall, not too bad compared to the rest of the bed inside. He's got a lot of rust. Rockers. That floor, yeah. He's gonna need new floors, or at least if they make ends, cut this end out, put a new piece in. We got a lot of parts and stuff over there, so we'll have to look what the floors look like on that side. But definitely gonna need a new steering wheel, but I think he's got a good seat. Let's clean that thing up, polish it. It's a good seat. Like I said, we got a gas tank for it. It looks like a new dash pad, so that's nice. I don't know if he put that in or if it was already there.
Yeah, I bought it from Louisiana now.
Yeah, it's gonna need some weather stripping. She needs some love, but then again, don't we all? Tell you what, the best thing on this truck is the grill and the bumper. Look at that. Excellent shape, especially that bumper. Coffee, anyone? That fuel filter is black. And off camera, we were trying to figure out what this wire goes to. Yeah, I don't know nothing about that. It's got some factory mounting tab on it. I don't know. Not too much familiar with the straight 6 setup. That white 70 I had a 350 that was mostly original, but I didn't see any wires like that, so.
Put some True Fuel in it and let's start it up.
Yeah, we coming in hot today, so.
That's
You got a brand new battery. Disconnect the coffee line there. Yeah, let's see what happens. Look at that. We already got a head start. I even hear some compression bleeding off a little bit in the back in the crankcase. So. And she does have some resistance. Yeah, that's a good start there. So let me I got some deals. We're gonna plug off that fuel line. He's got a battery somewhere. And yeah, you know what's next. This camera does not pick up smell, but it stinks, I can promise you that. We got the coffee filter out. Man, that fuel stunk. Yeah, it doesn't have a key for the ignition, so we're gonna use the
Trigger?
Yeah, the bump stick there, bump button or whatever you want to call it.
Let's just see if it'll spin over with the starter first.
Okay, yeah, let's get the button. Yeah, it's pumping some coffee. Keep going. I think it's done too. That sounds good though.
It does.
It sounds like all of them got compression.
Hey,
I didn't really hear a gallop.
Let's run a hot wire to the coil.
I'm liking it.
And let's throw some True Fuel in the carb.
I'm liking it. Nathan, are you liking it?
He's super liking it.
My 10-year-old, a boy of many words. Father-in-law, if you've never met him, Albert Parrott, the GOAT when it comes to chemistry. right?
If you say so.
I say so because he knows all about the chemicals.
The chemicals. I guess no spark, huh?
Well, you're gonna see if it's got spark, so try that again. I'm not seeing anything.
No spark.
So we haven't even messed with the ignition system, so we're gonna go ahead and pull that distributor cap, see what's going on inside there. Maybe the points are bad, maybe they just need the, what's Puddin call it, the Mortsky flick. Might have to do something like that, or he brought a set of points. So let's look into that, because we need the sparkles to make stuff happen. That don't look good. That's a bit crusty there.
It looks like that rotor's jack is all messed up. Like the rotor button is chewed into it.
It just looks different from the new one. A lot of corrosion.
Let me go get the new rotor and see what the rotor looks like.
Yeah, these points are a little chalky, guys. A little chalky. It's kind of hard to get the camera in there, but I don't know if the Mortsky flick, as they call it. As I'm doing it, it's powder, white powder going everywhere, so.
Yeah.
All kinds of white powder coming off of that, ain't it? We started pulling wires to put on to connect it to the new cap, and yeah, those are really, really crusty. But he brought some fresh ones, so we're gonna have to install them. But as y'all could see, them old points, they were flinging some sparks, weren't they? So it's getting sparks. That means the coil's good. We just gotta transfer the spark to the spark plugs, see what that does. So we're gonna go ahead and get all this routed up. I'm not gonna bore y'all with that, and then we'll pull the trigger again. All right, we're coming in hot.
Oh, that made
sizzle.
That made sizzle.
Yeah, it's just coming out the bottom.
Let's try it. Oh, you ready?
Yeah.
Yeah, that carburetor needs to be rebuilt.
Oh, it's leaking everywhere, and it's, yeah.
Yeah, we need to rebuild the carb.
She's leaking. Pump might be working, because even though I got it clamped off, that's my clamp's just not squeezing good enough. Still pushing fuel out. Could be whatever's left in the lines as well. But yeah, I think you did bring a fuel pump, right? Yeah.
I did.
That carburetor is definitely gonna need a little attention. If we put fuel to it, it's just gonna leak out the bottom as soon as we put fuel pressure to it. So it's probably, I wonder if the, now that I'm talking out loud, I wonder if the float stuck. Needle and seat, do we need to do the David Freiberger fuel bowl tap?
Yeah.
See if that does anything?
Let's rebuild it.
We're gonna rebuild it the wrong way before we do it the right way, so.
Ready?
Try it again. Well, it does run. We'd like to hear it longer than 5 seconds.
It sounds kind of rough.
We're waking her up. She's been in a nap for, according to that little written piece of paper, this the last thing he did to it was in 2002, so we're trying to wake her up. Look at all that stuff over there already. Look at that dirt dauber right out the pipe. Well, that's the muffler's clogged. I mean, that could be keeping it from running, but she wants to run. We just gotta keep waking her up.
That belt is gone, brother. I think we smoked the belt out.
Well, how many belts has it got? I think got power steering. Or is that just part of the one belt?
One belt.
Okay.
Well, it's fine. It just The outside part of it just came off. It's good to go. Ooh. Okay, here we go.
She wants to run. I can hear it. She's alive. I think we should continue spending your parts money.
Let's keep spending my money.
Yeah. I'm about to rebuild this thing. I ain't gonna bore y'all with that because I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm sure there's somebody else out there that you can watch a video on how to rebuild a 1-barrel Rochester. I'm just gonna rebuild this thing, clean it up, and we're gonna put it back on the truck. So I went ahead and got the carburetor rebuilt. We got the fuel system built. She's holding fuel pressure now. We were having a little bit of a leaky issue right here. I had to put the pinch on the bolts. So that got what we needed. So Trey, where's he at? He's right here. He's got the ignition stick in there. So now that thing will start up with the key, I think. We tried it earlier, but we had a fuel leak, so we had to stop, but the key's working, so. You put my glasses back on so I don't get no more flying shrapnel. All right, let me fire the pump on. Go for it. I think we need to turn the idle up just a hair. Sounds pretty level, pretty consistent. Yeah.
Oh God, look, it's pouring out of the heater port.
It's way out here.
Look at the dash.
Hold up. that's how we do it at Chicken Eye Garage.
We gotta bypass the heater core real quick.
It was clearing up. There was a lot less smoke.
Well, why was it like going from chain smoker to blowing black?
Well, the black's fuel. So, you know.
Carburetor.
Might need to change those plugs out. Might need a little tweaky on the mono jet there. Might be some inconsistencies in the combustion chamber right now because we're trying to wake everything up.
The only thing we didn't check was to see if the alternator was charging.
Yeah, I didn't check that. I didn't think to check that. Bypass the heater hose. All right, Trey, go for it again. That's a good sign. Fire right up. Charging. Uh-oh. Now what?
lights on. Temp and brake now. I bet you that pump's not running, or that water pump, or that. What's that noise?
Oh, that's the fuel pump. Oh. But I don't know. Does that mean, is this wire any count? Look at that thing. Look at that temperature wire, guys.
The linkages are all jacked up.
Move that again.
I can't get it to come in or out.
That's because it ain't moving anything. Now we got her working a little bit.
No, that's first. Second.
Okay.
Third.
All right.
Reverse.
Oh yeah.
First.
It's working now. It's got clutch. It's moving.
But I ain't got no brakes. I feel like I'm gonna roll over it. Okay. It'll drive, bro. Uh-oh. Radiator.
Well.
Dude. What's that? Hey dude, is it getting all up in my carb?
Let's see what we got to do today. Whew. Had to put the old flannel on. It's a bit nipply out here. But here we are. 71 Chevy C10. Old Trey is supposed to be going to Summit Racing this morning in Arlington, Texas and get a new radiator. And then he's coming back here and we're gonna mess with this truck a little bit more. So I guess in the meantime, I got several things I could be doing. I guess I could pull the radiator out and get that going. Go ahead and change oil, put new sparklers in it. Thought about doing a leak down test because I am a little concerned that this thing has a blown head gasket. But we'll drain that oil this morning and that'll be the telltale sign. If that thing looks milky, if you've seen that one video, I don't know which one it is, but it's my Chevy Love. When I drained the oil in that thing, yeah, that told me everything I needed to know right there. Blown head gasket, warped head, whatever it was. Hopefully that's not the issue with this old straight six. I think it's okay. We just got a crappy radiator. Who knows? May have been the reason why it was parked. All right. Good morning. Enjoy the mug time for about 3 seconds. Now I got to get to work. Kind of interesting. These are 12-point headed bolts. I didn't know they did that back then. We got a phone call. Let's see who it is. Oh yeah. Somebody being at the front door gonna get roughed up this morning. Go. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Man, look at that thermostat. Wow. don't think I've ever seen one that bad. Ooh. I think we found our overheating problem. Oh yeah, there's a piece down there. Dang, son. Let's see if I can dig that out. See if this little claw works. Easy. Easy. There you go. I ain't never seen a thermostat like that. That's bad. We don't need that one anymore. So I guess what we'll do, go ahead and do a little off-camera action. And we'll clean up that thermostat housing, get all that situated, and I'll probably go ahead and change oil. We'll look at the oil. Hopefully we don't see no milkshake. If that looks good, then we'll put fresh oil in it. I got the only thing we need to do left on this tune-up is spark plugs, because the coil's working, the points are working. Could need adjustment. Does have some new points. We could put those in if we want to. Let's just get the bare minimums going first, and then we'll do the fine tuning once we get to that point. No sense in messing with anything that works right now until we want to fine tune it later. All right, I got a few things to do. By the time he gets here, hopefully all of that or most of that will be done. Oh yeah, that's gonna be fun. There's your spark plugs. That's number 1, number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Looks like they were firing. No evidence of burning oil anyways, or coolant, so just a little on the rich side. Other than that, she's got a fresh set of plugs. Well, Trey's back and he's got his piece of jewelry here. Oh, she's shiny. Hopefully it works out and fits and does what it needs to do.
Did you already show everybody the thermostat?
Oh yeah, they got a up close look at that thing.
This is wider, huh?
Is it wider?
It's gonna mount on these two instead of these two, which is fine. Like this made for 2 different widths, but hopefully our water hose, our lower hose, is long enough.
Looks like it might need a little trimming right there. She's cutting right into that aluminum. You see that where your thumb's at?
Yeah.
We may have to modify that. See what we're running in here too, guys. We'll hit that tank. Might be hard to see in there, but I trimmed it down quite a bit, especially on the corners. Really didn't need to get too aggressive here because it's not even coming close in contact. It's more the corners, especially that back corner. So I think this is going to work. Go ahead and mount it, test it real quick, and I got one more to do. Yes, fun times at the old Chicken Eye Garage. She's close, but it ain't touching the aluminum. So those are done. So I guess next thing I can do is go ahead and put the fan blade in. Trey went to go get a lower radiator hose nearby. Nobody had an upper nearby, but those are pretty easy to change later on if he wants to. All right, well, we're getting pretty close to getting this thing running again. Now that she's got plugs, oil, brand new radiator, a lot of new coolant system parts, I think this thing will run longer than a couple minutes. All right, enough rambling. I got to get to work. Well, we got the new radiator hose in, and we're still having to. She lay on the short side, but this radiator's a lot wider than the original, so I don't know how you're gonna solve that. I guess just live with it that way. Derek from Fire Script says, if it works, is it really a dumb idea? So on that note, let's see if this thing fires up. We're going no pump first, see what happens. Oh. Hold up. I got that capped off. Let's see if that holds.
You want me to pump it or no?
Yeah, I think she's gonna need a pump. Try one. Oh.
Okay, let's go. Here we go.
We're gonna need a little bit more water. Does have a little bit of a tick to her. I don't know what that sound is. It doesn't sound like a lifter. It don't sound like a rod knock either. I don't know. Man, that thing's purring like a kitten, ain't it? She's quiet. Man, that thing's quiet back there. It's purring like a kitten. Nice, steady exhaust note. Yeah. Once again, Trey finds another good one. Let this thing run, wait for the thermostat to open up, and see what happens from there. We're having a bit of a timing issue, not necessarily the engine, but finding top dead center, because the balancer, don't know if this is going to pick it up in the camera. The mark I painted's way over there. Starting, shutting off, not dieseling. May have to look into that, but least of our concerns. Running. Sounds really good. You can't check oil pressure because it's got dummy lights. I don't know about Trey, you're looking at one dummy at least. If it didn't have no oil pressure, it'd have done shut off by now. She has a little hitch in her giddy up there, a little gurgling sometimes. Could be some sticky valves. Mainly the exhaust valves can sometimes do that. Overall, for an unknown engine, all the cylinders are firing. Probably the coolest running one's number 1, and that's probably just because it's up front. That's around 375. The rest of them are above 400. Both hoses are pressured up. Sounds pretty good. I don't know. I'm happy with it.
Sounds great.
Ain't no sitting around going on over here pudding. What do you want to do now? Go ahead and shut it off and mess with the brakes? Sound like a plan. All right. We're gonna mess with the brakes, see if we can figure out what's going on there. So basically what we're about to do, can't get nothing to come out that back bleeder. And he says the pedal soft and then all of a sudden gets hard. So we're gonna see if it even has brakes at all. We filled it up yesterday and it didn't leak out, so maybe by some weird miracle it fixed itself. Feel like that's brake? It's stopping? Go for it again. You're holding it. Well, there you go, Derek. You missed out on this one. This one's got brakes. Oh, it won't go in gear?
I think this is the first.
Now you're stopped right now.
I'll let it roll. Hit the brake. Maybe we need to bleed the front brakes. Maybe we can make them better.
We can bleed the front brakes because you ain't getting nothing out the rear, so that hose is probably clogged up. I know when I bought that thing, I did the rear brakes, had my wife help me bleed it. Nothing skeeted out the holes. I ended up having to replace that flex hose. Once I did that, I had brakes again, so. Those rubber lines can get clogged up if these things sit for a long time. All right, well, I guess we'll try to bleed the fronts real quick.
We might take a cruise.
Yeah. Not far. We don't want to go too far in this thing. Maybe like around the street or something. Go around the street, down my street, and come back up the alley and see how it does. All right, enough rambling. Now, two of us got to get to work.
Okay, holding. Oh, yeah.
All right, do it again.
Holding.
Did you see that first squirt? That thing skeeted like a teenager. All right, pump and hold.
Holding.
I think this side's clogged. Let me put the bleeder back in. All right, try one more time.
Holding.
No. There's something wrong with this side. Clogged hose, or that's my guess.
Yeah.
All right, well, we bled the brakes and found out we have 25% brakes. So you know what that means? That means that we should go ahead and go for a little test drive. Fuel's on. Hood shut. Riding camera ready to go. Oh yeah. Let's do this. Oh man, it's going now.
This thing's got all kinds of power. Test for brakes. Oh yeah, they're not very good.
I'll be in the back.
You want to be in the back?
Yeah.
All right, you stop right here.
Not good.
I'll be your door.
My boy Nathan's gonna ride in the back.
You might have to get that wheel chock. Stop us here in a minute.
Uh-oh.
I'll push your handle up. Oh, did your handle get stuck?
Man.
How did that happen? Huh.
There we go.
Okay.
Just had to push the handle back down. Did you bring the wheel chock?
I did.
Yeah, don't go down the hill. So turn left on this tree.
Turn left here.
That goes downhill. We don't need no gravity helping us go faster.
I'm going to attempt to make a
Shift.
first and second shift. Nah, dude. This thing is...
We just lost transmission.
Hold on. There's a second.
My camera's still on the bed.
Yep, there's a second. Oh, we only got one brake.
I can feel it pull to the right.
Right.
I can feel it pull to the right. That was kind of funny. something. Yeah, I hear something clanking going on over there. Yeah, we definitely got some brakes to go through on this thing. Cool. First drive, and who knows? I don't think so. I think it's just the right front wheel making that clanking sound. Well, not the most exhilarating first test drive, but
hey, it went.
My GoPro held on. I have to watch that footage, see how that turned out.
That was fun.
That was fun.
Drove good. Drove real good, I think.
Yeah, well, I wasn't driving it, but
I mean, besides the
I could definitely feel your
all loose.
I could definitely feel your brakes pull to the right when you stepped on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's too bad somebody, I don't know what they were trying to do here. Painting it up. Sometimes people make things worse than it was to begin with. And if you didn't know, 1971 they put a disc brake decal on the tailgate right there on the left. First year they went to disc brakes. If you didn't know that, well, now you do. Another little bit of information. 71 was the last year they put the rear view mirror in the cab. 72 they glued them to the windshield. Also 71, this was blacked out. You kind of right there, a little bit of black paint left. 72 they didn't do that. I'm gonna have to start charging for all this knowledge, guys. Well, we did get a lot done in 2 days.
We got a lot done in 2 days.
And I'll tell you what, guys, doing all this GoPro stuff, that slows you down. If you didn't have that, we could have got a lot more done. We probably could have got the gas tank swapped out. If Trey owned a helicopter, we could have got a lot more done, because he could have just been here in like 15 minutes.
Right?
What do you think?
Well, I think where it's at right now, man, it could almost go to the chop shop, and I just needed to drive into the show. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We just drove it around your house, your neighborhood, no problem. So I feel like I could drive into the show like this.
Yeah, I guess we can
I think
work on the gas tank.
get the fuel system to where we could have a legit fuel system, and I'm okay with the 25% brake, because I'm gonna get all new brakes, probably new lines, and suspension after it gets chopped.
Definitely need some brakes. At least one more front one would be nice.
Yeah, maybe just front brakes.
Just do the front hoses,
Cap
maybe.
off the front, the back brakes.
Do the front hoses and I guess see what happens. Maybe you get 2 good working brakes until you decide to redo all of it.
I'm good with that. And then when those guys chop it down to make it a short bed, they don't have to worry about fixing the rear brakes. They can just cap it off or something.
Yeah.
These stickers that are on here.
Arkansas State Police, NRA, and I guess the Postal Service. Parking permit, so you can park this at the yeah, shouldn't get in trouble. This truck was definitely a work truck. She got some waves in her on the floor, that tailgate bowed out and stuff. I use this truck for something. Well, my buddy Trey just left to head back home. Got that hour-and-a-half drive back. So I guess I'll go ahead and pretty much wrap this video up. I don't know what else y'all will need to see here. Next Friday is Good Friday, and he will be coming up here, and we're gonna tag team that gas tank.
Wait, Daddy, this Friday or staying home?
Yeah, this Friday?
Yeah,
Good Friday, y'all are out of school. Maybe we'll have an extra set of hands to, yeah, maybe he can help us out. At any rate, yeah, he'll come back Good Friday. I'll be off. My kids will be off. He's off. And We're gonna bring the bare minimums as far as brakes goes. I'm gonna bring he's gonna bring 2 brake hoses for the front and the one for the rear, and see if we can get all 4 to work. Just bare minimums for now. And then like I showed y'all yesterday, he brought the gas tank. The only thing he needs to bring now, that grommet is pretty ugly. So he's gonna see if he can try to find one of those this weekend, or this week actually, and hopefully he can bring that with us Friday. And then he'll officially have a running, driving truck. He can take that thing to Oklahoma, get the 20 inches taken out the back, and have a pretty cool short bed for cheap. So not a bad find once again, Trey. You seem to know how to find these cool trucks. So all right, well, I gotta do some final cleanup around here. I'll put everything back to the way it was, get ready for the weekend. We got some kids way out there screaming, hooting and hollering. It's all kinds of noises and commotions going on around here. But yeah, I need to clean up my garage, kind of get it put back together, and get ready for work next week. And they got to go to school next week too. All right, like, subscribe, stay up to date, because you never know what the old garage, Chicken Eye Garage, may bring. We never know what we're going to have in the driveway. Who knows what next week will bring. More than likely, I'll have my Chevy Love back in a couple weeks, and we can get back on that thing. And always got the 6. We got stuff we got to do with that. So yeah, stay up to date. Mug, son, wife, interruptions. You never know what you're gonna miss out here at Chicken Eye Garage. All right, guys, like I always say, until then, thanks for watching. Fist bump to the camera. That's a good looking truck.